should we get to our numbers?
Yep.
All right. What we do is John, the lone couch potato, will start off with VOMP numbers.
Okay. So we had 42. We had 42 warm responses.
Doing math on camera.
Yeah. Joe likes to do the check marks. So sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So 42. And then we had 15 auditions. Like I say, a lot of times we're waiting on a lot of those. And then 5 jobs, not including any of yours. So Kim Wilson, Mike Hathcote, Noel Romano times 3. And then I guess we have more because last second here we got a check with the check-in, Friday check-in. We know that Christine Brito received 2 jobs this week.
Wow.
So I think it's kind of the same. It was at the same time, but I think it was 2 scripts, so we consider that too. So it was really, I guess, 7. So
7 jobs this week. That's
a pretty good week.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And I will mention one other thing that was kind of exciting that we hear from time to time. We had a guy today we got an email from a video production company that wanted to get a quote from somebody in our group. And he started in February of 2021, and it was from that month. That's the first time that the video production company responded to his email. So one time they were keeping him in mind. They were doing a warm response without responding. And they were keeping this guy in mind. And so he sent out a quote, I believe, this afternoon. And so we're waiting to hear back on that. But that's just proof that there's emails sitting out there. There's opportunities sitting out there. And like he's been with us for a year. So he has more opportunities because of the length of time. So long haul, and then just know that you might not get something back the first day, obviously. You might not get some back the week or a month right afterwards. Right. It might be they are keeping you in mind.
They just haven't said it.
The opportunity hasn't come up, and they just haven't said it. So we're waiting back to hear about how that went, but hopefully early next week we'll hear good news from him on booking that job.
This is going to sound like a one-up, but it's really not. It's just meant to make sure that this is driven home. Andy, my assistant, contacted me with a warm response, a possible job from 2018. I can't remember what month it was. But the person was responding not to all the follow-ups every 3 months after that in 2019, 2021, and part of 22, but to that original email.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why.
The first one, the first thread.
Well,
it wasn't the whole.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it just landed. Maybe I don't know, but maybe we had contacted them earlier, maybe 2016 or 2017, but the person responded to the 2018 and not to anyone around that. So I don't know why. I don't know if they just said, "Oh, this guy's voice sounds good. I'll just put him in a folder," and then they kept me in mind. But the point being is, your point is there's emails out there.
Yep.
A lot of them get deleted. A lot of them get forgotten. But there are some that we forget or think that have been forgotten or deleted that aren't actually.
Yeah.
And there's gold out there to be mined. And sometimes we don't even know when that's going to happen. Case in point for you, case in point for me. And that happens regularly too.
Yep.
I had something like that too. But do you find that in the summer, things seem to ramp up? People are more like video production companies, ad agencies, places like that. They have more projects they're getting out there, or do you find another time that's a little bit more busy? Because we had 7 jobs at VOMP today. I had a lot of warm replies this week, and I also I have a thing coming up, a possible job opportunity.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It seems like, depending on what genre, like if it's e-learning and such, they seem to because it takes them longer to ramp up and do all of their instructional design and get everything in order. They seem to kind of end toward the end of the year, and then it takes them a few months to get kind of ramped up. But if you're doing a lot of commercial work and things like that, it might be around holidays. I personally find that January, February aren't that busy, and typically toward the end. But the times in the Midwest when you kind of like to be not busy in the summers, May, June, July, August, that's when I'm the busiest. That's when I'm stuck down in my studio, which is fine. I'm fine to do that. It's just kind of funny. I would almost think that people would be going on more vacations and doing less, which that happens. But I personally, over the last 10 years, I'm busier in the times when I would like to not be busy. And in the winter months when you're stuck inside, I'm not quite as busy. So I don't really know. That's a long way around to say I'm not sure I know.
Yeah, and with those, after the numbers, one last thing I will say that we probably will see, I've mentioned this in many of our updates times with the podcast, that we do pay attention to holidays and things like that, and we try not to waste any emails, if you will, around those times. So there might be a little bit of a slowdown because there's lots of people we're seeing sometimes that we're getting lots of out of office things, and so we're always monitoring that, and because of the 4th of July, it will slow down just a bit, probably maybe next week and stuff like that. So just a forewarning that that's just kind of typical. But I agree that it seems like after 4th of July, sometimes with you, in my experience working with you as your assistant some in the past, that it does seem to ramp up a fair amount after the 4th of July too. So we'll see. Hopefully that happens.
I think you get ready. I'm getting ready. I think you get ready for a fairly slow week. You know, the couple of days before the 4th of July, what is it? Is it on a Monday?
Yep.
And so I think, and then people, it just seems like it takes them a few days to kind of
get the cobwebs out from vacation.
Yeah. So I would plan a week. Typically, I plan a week where I'm going to not be, very busy. And then, of course, there's Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's. It takes a little bit of time. But July 4th is a fairly big, that's kind of a big celebration for people. Almost everybody does something for that, camping, whatever. So one of the things I was going to say was sometime we got to have John up here for an interview about VO Marketing Pro and the 4 levels that we have. The personal assistant, the total care. Those are both invite only, but we also have a starter kit, and then we have DIY videos that my assistant Andy put together, and those, if you have more time than money, then those would be, or you're starting out or don't have a pro demo, those would be the ones that you want to look into as you start to ramp up doing some direct email marketing. But sometime maybe we can, we did mom this week, or we're doing mom this week, and then last week as far as, interviewing her about invoicing, and, you're a resource as far as VO Marketing Pro. I think that would be good for us if you'd be willing to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, invited him onto your podcast.
Who?
The father-son podcast.
This is free and easy. Anybody can be on this.
Yeah, we had BJ earlier.
Yeah, we had BJ.
Oh, he called?
I called him because of the tire question that he asked. He said, who's the top manufacturer or whatever?
Yeah, I remember that now. Yep.
Any guesses? It's not. Okay.
I'm going to say, it was about Goodyear, right? Was about something with Drew's
something,
facts.
Okay.
Yeah, and he asked
I'm
about
guess
what
Michelin or Firestone.
So there's kind of a trick question. So it's actually Lego, because of all the little Lego wheels that they for the building blocks. Yeah, BJ said that. And then also, it's Firestone, which is also Bridgestone.
Yeah, I think so. Michelin is up there too.
So
you named the
BF
ones that would
Goodrich.
typically, you think about automobile
Depends
or
on
truck.
the year, BJ said.
Yeah,
So.
but Lego is the biggest, tire manufacturer with all those little toys and stuff.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting. So
go ahead if you want your
all right,
numbers.
my numbers. I actually had some this week. I had 15 warm responses.
Nice.
And those weren't part of your guys' warm responses.
Yeah, so I guess
did
would
get-
that be 57 warm responses if we include you.
And I
That's
had
nice.
I had 4, so 61 total.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that's
Good week. And then I had one audition. I haven't technically gotten, they've asked me to do a sample for them, but I haven't gotten it yet. It's from the UK, so our times are off a little bit. But they have some commercials for me to do. So I'm hoping to do a sample for them and stuff like that. So haven't done that yet. Anyway, Fiverr, I had 4 jobs this week on Fiverr. Monday, I had 5 inquiries, which was like all of a sudden out of nowhere. And then it went quiet. Like whenever I do have inquiries, it's like one day it's like, and then all of a sudden it's just nothing. But I got 3 jobs out of those, and then a return from another person on there. So they wanted to add something, so they set up an order and got another $8 from 'em. So I did $104 on Fiverr, nothing on Upwork, and then I
was gonna
did.
ask about Upwork.
Yeah, I've done a lot of auditioning on there.
Good. They might still be out there then.
There's
Possible.
There's a lot of them out there. Yeah, and then editing, I did 4 hours this week for you, which is $80, and then I did some stuff for the database for you guys. So that's another thing that I do for Vomp and stuff from India. So altogether, I made $204. And
So you bounced back.
Yeah,
That's good. That's
if
good.
I would have made $1, I would have bounced back. So, looking forward to that job that's possibly out there because it's 10 videos, and I'll just say if I do get it, it'll be the largest amount of money I've made on one set of jobs or with one client. So I'm hoping for the best with that. So I'll keep people posted on that and see what happens.
Last week I mentioned that I had had the lowest week since January of 2021. So what is that? A year and a half. Well, this week we bounced back, which was nice. I had Andy, my assistant, has been using a keyword that he got a tip from somebody in France that in Europe using sound company. Not video production company, sound company. So he's been using that, and he's gotten some inquiries about that. I have to fill out a voice roster thing for one German company, and I've had 2 other inquiries from German companies using the sound company keyword. I had a desire for an inquiry of a bid from a Tulsa, Oklahoma TV, 2 TV spots. I told them that I would do it typically for $250 each, but I'd be flexible because I'd like to work with them. Haven't heard back from them yet. And also just a little note there, they did have the script there, and she didn't say anything about it, but I gave her 2 takes of each commercial, just because I thought that would be good. So we'll see. And then I don't have this in yet because when I'm done here, I've got to go start to get work on a huge e-learning project that's $1,300 for next year, and you're going to be next week, and you're going to be doing some of the editing for that.
Wonderful.
So my week was the platform's $1,600, so $1,600 even. Direct email marketing was $6,658.35 for a total of $8,258.35. $8,258.35. So I was glad that we bounced back from last week. Get back up
I
there.
would be too. I forgot to mention that we talked about it this week, and I didn't know about the 2 things, yours from 2018 and what was it, 2021 of February?
February, yep.
I had sent out to a guy in 2021, July 19th.
That's right.
And got right back to me the next day with a warm response, and I hadn't heard anything at all. They said they'd keep me in mind, and that's what those 10 videos are a chance at. So almost a year ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's the week of the past for us.
Yeah,
So
right.
Anyway, I forgot to mention that, but it's been almost a year since I've heard anything from them, and then they have something. So it was nice to hear that they had kept me in mind. So I sent them my demos, my updated demos, because it's been a year. So hopefully I've gotten better in their eyes. Maybe they like my old one better.
No,
Anyway.
I think you've improved it, so that's good. Yeah,
Anyway, thought I'd throw that in there quick.
that's all I've got. Thanks, Johnny.
Well, yeah, that's our numbers for this week.